So this is assignment 6. What we're doing is creating a database in Microsoft Access. So you're going to want to open up Microsoft Access. You can do that by going down to the Start button, go to Microsoft Office, and then clicking on Microsoft Access within the Microsoft Office file. It's going to bring up a page just like this. It's on the screen. You're going to want to click on Blank Database. You're going to name the file however you'd like to name it. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now. You'll want to add your name, assignment 6, and then create. In the essence of time, I've already created one, so I'm going to go up here to home, and it's going to bring up what I've already done in regards to name and address and emails. So what you're going to see is blank tabs right here when you first open up your Microsoft Access program. I've already added a couple of names to speed things up a little bit. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to create a tab. The one tab that we haven't added yet, or I haven't added yet, is the phone numbers tab. So to do that, I'm going to go up here to create. I'm going to click on table, and you can see it added a new table right here. And what I'm going to do is do a right click on that, and I'm going to click save. And it's going to give me the option to rename it, and I'm going to go ahead and rename it phone numbers. So we've renamed it phone numbers, okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to add information here. So we're going to want to add the first name. And to do that, what I just did was clicked on the drop-down arrow. You're going to want to click text. And text is going to be the majority of things that you're going to add. You also have other options here, number, currency, and all sorts of other information, but we're just going to have text. We're going to add the last name, and that is the way to add that information. Now, you can also add information by doing a quick start, and in this case, under our phone numbers table, we're going to quick start adding some information for the phone number. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this here and highlight, click add, and we're going to go to create fields up here in our table tools in our navigation ribbon. We're going to click on more fields, and we're going to go down to quick start, as you'll see here, and we're going to click on phone, and automatically it generates fields for a business phone, home phone, mobile phone, and a fax number. Now in this case, our information here is we're only provided one phone number. So go ahead and add that one phone number in the business phone section. So I'm going to add that information real quick, and we'll be right back. So as you can see, I've already added 2 people real quickly. Another way, really the way to add information to your tables is you can either click on them, you can use your arrows to go across, or tab. That'll take you to the right as well. I'm going to add the third person's information just so you can see how that's done. And as I'm doing that, I'm just hitting the tab arrow, I'm adding the information in the table provided at the end of the assignment. So I've added that information quite easily. Now, there's ways to sort this data. I'm going to go back up here to the name and address tab, or a table. You can sort data a number of ways. Obviously, in this assignment, you got about 15 people that you're going to be adding to this, so you're going to have more people in your tables. But in the essence of time, we just left 3 on here. So we can sort this data a number of ways, like I said. So let's click on last name. And when you click on the Home tab up here in the navigation ribbon, you can sort them. One way here would be ascending or descending. So you can do them alphabetically, depending on what you would like to do. I'm going to click ascending. Another way that you can sort data is that you can go up here and click on the filter. And the filter is right here. It looks like the funnel. We can click on that, and it'll give us a number of options. And right now it's got everything selected, so all of the names that we've inputted. We're going to click select all, uncheck all of these boxes, and say that I just want people with the last name DeLong to show up. So I'm going to click on DeLong, click on OK. And what it's going to do is it's actually just going to show people with the last name DeLong. In this case, we only have one, so only one person shows up. To get rid of this filter, you just go up here and the Home tab navigation ribbon, click on Toggle Filter, and it's going to take that information away. We're still sorted right now, so we can remove that sort real easy by going up here and clicking Remove Sort, and it'll remove all of the sorts that we have. Now we can also find data accordingly to this Find icon up here. It's got the binoculars. So I'm going to click on a desired location. In this case, I'm going to click on the first name. I'm going to go up here and click Find. And what it's going to do is it's going to come up with a little navigation window here. And I'm going to find what in what being, I'm going to look for Heather. Okay, people with the first name Heather. We're going to look in the current field that's highlighted, match the whole field, search all, and we're going to go ahead and click Find Next. And what Access is going to do is highlight Heather and her information right there, so you can find that a lot easier as well. Just another option to find data within your address book or whatever your database is. So another thing you can do is create a query, and you can do that through Query Wizard. One of the ways you can do that is we'll go up here to the navigation ribbon and we'll click Create, okay? And then over here, there is the option for Query Wizard, okay? So we're on our Name and Address tab table, and we're going to click on Query Wizard. Yes, we want to save that. And then we're going to go just to a simple Query Wizard, okay? And what it's going to do is it's going to give you options on information that you'd like to run in a specific report. Right now, you're going to want to make sure you're on the table that you want to pull information from, which is name and addresses. And then we're going to go ahead and add the first name, and you can do that by clicking the arrow over here. Let's add the last name, and let's go with the city and state. Okay, so we have those fields that we're going to be running information from. We're going to click Next. It's going to give an option on what you'd like to name this. So in this particular case, we're doing name and location. So we're going to do name and location. And then we want the query to open after we've done it. So we'll go down here to Finish. And what it generated was a table right here with the information that we wanted to be pulled from the name and address table. We have the first name, last name, city, and state. So we have that information up here. So one of the last things that you're going to have to do is to create a report wizard, or create a report. And a report's nice to have because you can turn it into a PDF or Excel format to either email or print off to look a little more presentable or whatever you need for your particular report. So to do that, we're going to click in the field or the table area that we want this report ran from. We're going to use name and addresses again just because it has the most information for us. And we're going to click up here on Create in our navigation ribbon. And then we're going to go over to Report Wizard. And we'll click on Report Wizard. And much like the Query Wizard, it's going to ask us the same type of information. So we want to pick which table we want information to be pulled from. So we're going to stay with our name and address. We can go ahead and sort information out that we'd like added to this report. One easy way to do that would be to click the double arrow and it'll add all the information over there. The ID isn't relevant, so I'm going to take away the ID. We haven't had anybody with an apartment number, so let's go ahead and take that away as well. So we're going to have all this information right here in our report. So we're going to click Next. You can do grouping levels and add groupings however you'd like to. In this case, we're just going to leave everything the way it is right here. We'll click Next. You can sort your information as well, just like we did within our table. Let's go ahead and sort our information by, let's go ahead and go with the first name, and we'll do that ascending alphabetically. So all of your information will be alphabetical by the first name. and we're going to click Next. And then you can change the way the layout is on your report. You can do through columns, tabs, you can justify it. We're going to go ahead and just stay with tabular. Portrait or landscape, let's go ahead and go with landscape because the addresses usually run a little long, and then we'll adjust the field so they stay on one page. Now, you may publish this and see that you don't like the way it looks. If that's the case, you'll have to come back in here and change that information. What title do you want for your report? Name and addresses. Let's go and add assignment 6. We want to preview the report when it's done, so we'll click Finish. And it'll create another tab up here, and you can see that our report is generated right here with all the information that we need. It filled out the columns evenly, so it fills out the whole page, has all the information we requested. It's sorted ascendingly by their first name, so we have all of that information there. Now, the last thing that you'll want to do is you want to export your data. Okay, so we've created this report right here, and we're going to want to go ahead and export it as a PDF or XPS. Okay, so up here, as you're clicked on this table here, we're going to click on PDF or XPS in the data section, and it's going to give you an option where you're going to want to save that. So let's go ahead and just save it to our desktop. Name and address, assignment 6. Probably want to add your name to that when you're doing that. We'll publish it. It already exists, so I'll replace it. And what it did was it'll be saved in the location that you asked to be saved in. It automatically brought up in Adobe Reader to show you what that PDF is going to look like. You can print it from here, or you can find the location and email it later, whatever you decide to do. So this is the assignment, some of the basics to create a database in Microsoft Access. Obviously, there's a lot more tools within it, and I encourage you to look those up. And if you have any other questions or whatnot, there's a lot of good videos on YouTube as well that can help you out to create a more extensive database. So that's assignment 6, and good luck.